Good morning, everyone. Welcome to 6.3 Graphing Linear Relations. Let's begin. In the interest of time, I filled this out because it was a little bit of a time-consuming process. The question asks you it tells you you're looking at the world's largest cruise ship and the fuel that it uses a rate at of 12,800 kilograms per hour. And it wants you to draw this graph yourselves, okay? Now, you don't have to have graph paper. Anytime you need to graph something on a quiz or a test, the graph paper will be provided. First thing to know is the first column is the X column. It goes on the horizontal axis down here. So I labeled time, and then I put the numbers here, 1 to 7, I put right here. And I spaced them out every 2 ticks instead of every 1, just so that my graph had a little bit more space and was a little bit easier to read, okay? Fuel consumption was the dependent one. That's the y-axis. That goes right here. I labeled it fuel. The graph goes up by 12,800 every time. So I made my graph on here go up by 12,800, and I spaced those out every 2 spots as well, just to give ourselves a little bit more room. So that's here and here. The last thing I did is I just put the dots down. 0 and 0 was a dot, 1 and 12,800, 2 and 25,600, and all the way up. And because it's a linear equation, it's going to make a straight line. So I connected my dots and I'm done. Questions B and C, they ask you how much fuel would be used in 11 hours and how far could the ship travel if you used 122,000 kilograms of fuel. Now, you could use your graph and you could try to extrapolate out to find the values, but that's not going to give you a precise value. The most precise values are going to come from using the equation. So if you have this equation right here, F equals 12,800 T, which was given to you. T is time. We subbed in 11. We subbed in 11 for time, and then 12,800 times 11 was 140,800. For C, they gave you the fuel, which was 122,000, and they wanted you to solve for the time. Well, this is 12,800 times T. The opposite was to divide. You divide both sides by T, or by 12,800, and you get 9.53. So the ship could travel for 9.53 hours on that much fuel. The last question was this example here, and what it gave you, I'll erase this and show you again, is it gave you the value of, it gave you the equation y equals 2x minus 5, and it wants you to graph that. So I like to choose small numbers for the x values. I don't need my graph to be crazy. And then I sub them in. So if I sub 0 into y equals 2x minus 5, 2 times 0 is 0. 0 minus 5 is negative 5. If I sub a 1 in for x, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 5 is negative 3. And now you can see that it's going up by 2 every time. So we can fill these in. And there we have it. Now to graph this, x is horizontal, y is vertical. So the first dot is at x 0, y negative 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. X is 1, y is negative 3. X is 2, y is negative 1. X is 3, y is 1. We connect our dots, and our graph is finished. The line's not very straight, but I didn't use a ruler or anything. The next question says to use the graph to estimate the value of y if x equals 8. Well, to find out where x equals 8, we have to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is about right here. We'd have to extrapolate. So we just extend up till we hit the graph. Then we go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's approximately 9. Okay. Again, when you're reading it off the graph, it's not going to be an exact, precise measurement. It's just looking for an estimate. Then for The part C, use the graph to estimate the value of x if y equals -4. -1, -2, -3, -4 is right here. We go over to where we hit the graph and we go up. And the value of x when y is -4 is approximately -0.5. And again, it's just an estimate. All right, that brings us to the end of 6.3. It's a quick lesson today. The assignment is page 239, numbers 4 to 10. Thank you. Have a good day.